We're here with Brendan, the CEO of Lily of the Valley, just outside of Durban in South Africa. And he is here today to answer some questions about Lily of the Valley that have piqued the interest of our people in Golder. So, Brendan, given the effect of the work of Lily of the Valley with respect to successfully raising children, what is the plan at Lily with respect to how the older children are going to be prepared for life after living in the children's home?
Okay, thanks. What we're trying to do with our children is to make them as independent as possible, as early as possible. I think we have used a simple tool. When we ask what is an individual child going to do, we just say, well, how are we dealing with it with our own biological children? And then we extend those principles. So people have called us naive for taking that view, to saying you can't really do it, you need more resources. And we say, yes, we do need more resources, but the principle remains. We've got individual children with individual innate abilities, potential that needs to be brought out, and we're trying to encourage them to do that as early as possible. So it's one of our big challenges. A child that's been in an institution for, well, some of them their whole lives, to be independent is a big shift. So we have a number of programs that we run, small businesses that the children are involved in, mentoring programs, job sharing, outings to different job environments for them to see. But at this stage, we really are in the early stages. We only have a few children who are due to leave us within the next few years, and really our big groundswell is coming through in about 2 or 3 years' time. Most of our children are in that sort of 15, 16-year-old age group, and that's where we're really focusing for now.
Thanks. So in 2011, Golder helped to purchase an Xray machine at Lily of the Valley. And we're just wondering if you can tell us how the Xray machine has helped out in the community.
It's amazing. So it's a primary tool in the fight against HIV and AIDS and TB. Obviously, the diseases are so closely related. One of the requirements with any antiretroviral regime is to do a baseline X-ray at the beginning, because there's such a strong association between TB and HIV. We have diagnosed many people correctly with this fantastic equipment that you've donated. The beauty of it is being digital. Our radiographer, who comes in twice a week now, 2 mornings a week, she does about 80 to 90 X-rays per month. Those then get emailed to a radiologist who can do a world-class analysis immediately, send it back to her, so we can have a diagnosis very quickly. And that information is then stored digitally, so we don't have to walk around with big envelopes and big plates that cost so much money. So it's absolutely amazing how it's revolutionized the way that we can identify those signs and symptoms as early as possible of tuberculosis specifically. Not to mention the inevitable broken bones and suspected broken bones that happen when you have 120 active children in a children's village.
Thank you. How is the Valley Fresh brand, or the tomatoes that you're growing, faring in the marketplace?
Well, the really exciting news that we have is that we are just finalizing a deal with Massmart, Walmart, who have recently come into this country, into South Africa. We are about to launch a co-branded product with them, which should be on the shelves within the next few weeks. So as yet, our brand hasn't really gone out into the marketplace, but we now have that vehicle in place, and our product is going to be on the shelves through Massmart, Walmart over the coming weeks. So we're really excited to see how that's going to go, and very pleased to be in partnership with such a big international organization.
Great. And do you have any plans to diversify from tomatoes?
We do. Right now, we're just trying to consolidate the existing crop, so we really want to get our tomatoes right before we branch out into other products. We are looking at various other crops all the time. We are about to start some open field spinach, lettuce, but for now we are just doing tomatoes, but the plan is to do peppers and cucumbers in the coming months and years.
And when do you expect the tomatoes to be at full production?
So, well, it depends what you mean by full, but the greenhouse that Golda donated to us last year is in full production at the moment, so that's producing approximately a ton per week, which is fantastic. We will start construction within 2 weeks on another 3 greenhouses, and those will be in full production by realistically February next year. That'll push our production up to around the 5 tons a week mark.
Great. And do you have any plans to expand Lily of the Valley, whether it's with regards to the number of children that are being housed here, or your school, or the clinic? And you've already talked about the tomato production, obviously.
We're constantly thinking about expansion. The need is so great in our context, whether that's for caring for orphaned and vulnerable children through the clinic, the medical requirements of the community, education requirements. Those are just huge gaps that we have in our area. So we're constantly moving towards expansion. We have to be very careful that we don't allow ourselves to be swamped by the need. So yes, we are expanding. Yes, we do have plans to expand, but right now we are just going a little bit slowly on especially the number of children that we've got. That's a huge financial commitment, a long-term commitment. We need that money in place before we can commit to caring for more children. Our clinic, it just grows month on month. We are seeing over 500 patients every month now. Our school, we've got grades R, 1, 2, 3, 4 and grade 9 in-house at the moment, but as we only plan to expand when we have money for teachers' salaries, then we can expand for more grades in the school.
That's great. Any other words you want to say to Golder folks in Australia?
Yep, guys, thank you so much for your support. We've just finished up our annual conference with the Golder Trust for Orphans, with all of the partner organisations. It's been a fantastic time. For the first time, I actually saw just how much you guys do behind the scenes, and I was blown away by your generosity and the level of commitment that Golder show to us. So thank you so much for the amazing work that you guys do that make it possible for us to do the work that we have before us. Thanks so much.